I decided today I was going to work on writing a new song, and let me make sure this is coming. The audio is coming through and not clipping because I've got the microphone kind of hot. But this morning I studied some about mixing, and I think I stumbled upon some really good resources, and it opened my mind to some of the ways that I can be a lot more organized about the work that I'm doing, but also how to better use different tools and just dive a little bit deeper into logic. And I actually maybe is a little bit, I felt maybe a little ashamed of myself for as I was able to watch a video, which I'll put a link to, that went through a lot of the plugins that are available in Logic, which I've found ones that work for me, but this video explored a lot of them in more depth, which was great. I guess the part that I was a little ashamed about is there aren't as many. I was kind of overwhelmed to dive into the Logic plugins and really get to know each and every single one of them, but really there aren't that many of them. Of the built-in plugins. There's more than I think you need, but to actually go in and understand each one of them was kind of a daunting task. But this video broke it down. So I really wanted to, I've watched a number of different mixing videos, and it seems like people have different ideas about how to approach mixing and have different methods for how to do it. In particular, I'm really curious about what's called bussing. And I've never used that in my mixes, and it's something that I want to play around with because I think there are some advantages to it. So I thought I want to write a new song and use songwriting as sort of an excuse or an exercise in just mixing. And so the point of writing this new song would be to use a lot of instrumentation. And that way I have a lot of different audio files to work with, and this means I have to find a way to bring them all together and achieve a balanced and clean and good mix. And so that's the goal, is to write a song that has a lot of stuff going on and further develop my mixing skills. And I thought one of the ways I would start out with this is actually go in. And I've got a guitar EQ on my vocal. I've got a guitar effects on my vocal right now. That's not what I want to do. I'm going to switch it over to this one, and we're going to delete this. And so let me switch this screen here so you can see what I'm talking about. I figured I'd start making videos about a number of different things. I actually just made this animated logo. I don't know if it's really quite correct to say I made it, but I did do some editing to create it. The animated social media icon logos that you see popping up. And I thought some of these things that I'm learning along the way of how to do different stuff digitally, I could also make videos or talk about how to do that. So if anybody's interested in that, in something like that, how you would create something like that, and how you'd get it to pop up on a live stream, let me know in the comments, and I can, if people are interested, I'll make a video about that. So what I wanted to start out doing is sort of working backwards, and so this I'm excited about because I've had we're gonna go here in user channel strip settings. I don't know if what I'm gonna do is going to be so interesting to people, but if it is, I hope it is, and I hope it's helpful to you. But one of the first things I'm going to go in here and do is delete a few things. So I created, in particular for just a lot of the stuff that I recorded, which was just for me, acoustic guitar and voice. I had created presets that were about as good as I had figured out how to get them. Presets of EQ effects, I guess a compressor effect, reverb effects on vocals, on guitar. And what I did to achieve those is I started with a preset that was already built into Logic, and then I worked off of that. And what I want to do now is actually start from scratch, and I think that's good because those presets that I developed that I've been using for a while now, I think at least a year, if not years, have gone by since I sort of locked into those presets. And I've got a better ear, at least I think I do. I've got better ears now for frequencies, and I've got better ideas about how to push and pull things around so to get more of the sound that I'm going for. So I think it's time to delete these. And so that's what I'm going to do. And there's no turning back. So this is a big moment. I already deleted one or two of them, so but here we go. We're going to delete them. They are gone. Why did it just switch to reverb? We're going to delete that one too. They're trying to stay. All right. I'm going to turn the volume up in my headphone real quick. All right. I hope the volume level is good for you out there. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do here is just work on getting something that sounds good for the voice. Right now we've got a totally dry signal. Coming in through input 1. So I think this is the first thing that they say to do is you want to get, this is what the video is talking about, was I've got it written down here, gain staging. And I don't know that you necessarily do this with before you've recorded, but I think it's after you've recorded. But I'm thinking I might as well just already activate the plugin, or I can have it ready and just have it turned off. But the idea here is, once you have a lot of different tracks going, you want to, before you start your mixing process, you want to essentially equalize the levels as much as you can. So you try to get, you want the peak, you don't want the peak to go above 6 or minus 6 decibels. If you can see here on, I don't know if my mouse shows up here, it's probably behind, let's put this, I'm going to put this here so you can see. Or maybe I can put this up here. Down in the lower left-hand corner, pretty close to the corner, you can see those green lines going up. And if I get really close, they turn yellow and red, and they clip. So there's numbers next to the green, to these lines, and these numbers represent decibel points, and you don't want it to, I mean, if it goes over 0, if it's going over 0, that's called clipping, and a lot of times that you get kind of bad sounds, like where it kind of breaks up or it distorts when you clip. And you'll hear that if you print audio that clips, it won't. It'll have those. It'll sound bad in people's systems. So we don't want to go over 6. The peaks, which are the high points, we don't want those to go over 6, and the average, you want it to sit around 18, negative 18 decibels. And the reason there is you want to leave room. So if you can gain stage, use this gain to, if you find sort of the peak and the average, you can reduce your volume level here using this gain plugin, or you can increase it. And you want to equalize all the volumes and keep them sort of balanced around that negative 18 decibel. And the reason to do that, already you'll sort of have balanced everything to a certain degree, but then you also leave a lot of what I understand is called headroom. You leave a lot of space up above in the mix to raise volume levels up without the risk of clipping. So that way you're not limiting yourself to only being able to reduce the volume of things. But anyway, let's dive into this. I think more or less I'm not going to do a lot of talking here. And if anybody has any questions while I'm going through stuff, feel free to ask. I've got the comment things open, so I'll see the comments when they come in. And otherwise, I'm just going to get to work. And if anyone wants to hang out with me while I work, I don't know. I guess you're welcome to do so. I don't know if this will be interesting for anybody, but I figured I'd just go ahead and stream it out there. So, all right. So I'm not going to worry about the gain. Let's do a space designer. Medium. Let's try this. A small hall. I can control this. That sounds weird. So trying to get a reverb. We can reduce it here. Check, 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 check. Hello, everybody. Mic check. Hello, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can reduce it a little more. Reduce it a little more. It dies pretty quick. Let's try this. Hello? It's kind of weird how quick it dies. Hello? Hello? That's a little better, so I think that's... Hello? Check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. I'm taking that reverb off. I'm just, I've got it set. I don't think it's exactly what I want, but I'm just going to set it there. All right, now we're going to play with some EQ. And so this is pretty cool. As you can see, the analyzer, it shows you all these different frequencies that are coming in. That's pretty sweet. I just think that's amazing, you know. It's just coming in through this microphone, and then the computer is breaking into this visual representation of sound. I think it's just amazing. And it's so detailed, you know, you can see it based on the frequencies from 20K hertz to 20 hertz. So let's play around with it. So if we raise the high frequency, get those crispies, crisp. We don't want that. Hello, 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 hello. If you raise the low end, you get this muddy, deep, muddy sound. Different frequencies sound really bad there. Check, 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 check. Hello. So a lot of times I think with voice, you bring the bass down a little bit. Probably create another little shelf here. And maybe something in here. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello, 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 hello. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. I gotta start practicing my Christmas tunes. Maybe that's what I should do is do a Christmas tune rather than that could be kind of cool. Rather than writing a new song. I'm gonna play with this coming different spots. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight. They know that Santa's on his way. He's loaded lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh. And every mother's child is gonna sigh or something to see if reindeer really know how to fly. I'm gonna leave it in here somewhere. Check, 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 check. All right, I don't know if that's exactly where I want it, but let's move on. So we're going to go to a compressor. My understanding of the compressor is you want it somewhere in here. You can hear the fan, the fan from the, that's amazing. I mean, the volume boost there is quick. Check, check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Check, 1, 2, attack, hello, 1, 2, 1, 2. And every mother's child is gonna sigh, is gonna try, what, fly? What is it? What, I can't remember. I always sang fly. All right, so the Logic compressor, you want to get these settings somewhere in here. And I'll have to play with this to really understand how these work. Check. Can put some distortion. I'm not going to do that. So we can check this graph and the knee. We could take the knee off, or we could give a knee. Definitely, you want to mix with a knee. No, I don't. I mean, I don't think you have to have a knee or anything. All right. So one of the things here, this was kind of cool. I thought this was a really useful thing that I learned today. Is so a lot of times you use a compressor on a voice. I haven't really messed with compressors very much, and I guess for a while I kind of just didn't like them. There was something I was a little opposed to. Wanted to stay away from too much digital interference with, raw audio. I wanted to focus more on the performance side of things, and I thought the performance was. I didn't want to do too much to manipulate the raw performance, because then you're kind of going in and consciously changing things, and maybe I'm moving more in the direction of, I think the digital tools are amazing, and you should use them to shape your message, and it's a different art. But maybe I'll circle back around as time goes on, because I think there is something, what you can actually achieve with your own voice or your instrument. Versus the ability to just go in and, control things digitally, reproduce them in a. It's a lot easier to do it, to achieve. I think it's a lot easier to achieve some kind of excellence, going in digitally than to, be able to accomplish that naturally. But the tools are here. All right, so one of the things that's cool is you can just go through and try these different, you get your settings more or less where you want them, and I think they kind of hold wherever you put them for all these different compressors. And each compressor has a different sort of flavor. So you can just rotate through them and see what sounds better on the voice. So does this sound better, or does this sound better, or does this sound better? this one, this one, this one, and this one. I think this one sounded the best. Check 1, 2, but I don't know. It's picking up the noise. The microphone is picking up the noise from the computer fan, and so in actually recording, I should record away from the computer, somewhere with a buffer between the microphone and this computer fan. But I'm not too concerned about it for this recording. All right, I'm okay with that, and let's put this reverb on. Now we have something, and this preset may not work for whatever recording I produce, but maybe it's somewhere to start, and I'll fiddle with this. But is there anything else that I want to put on here? For a long time, I used this stereo spreader, and I've seen stuff that says not to use it now. Check 1, 2, 1, 2. But I did get it down to where they said what would work. You usually want to, if you do use it small like this. But check 1, 2. Every mother's child is gonna sigh to see if reindeer really know how to fly. I think I might like it better with it on. I don't know. Check 1, 2. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. I think I'd like it better with it off. Subtle differences. Probably can't hear it if you're watching this on your phone or an iPad or laptop speakers. Probably can't hear it. All right. I got the guitar out. I'm going to go grab the guitar and let's pick a Christmas song, and we're going to record a Christmas song. So I'll save this preset. I'll put it as my vocal. Got that preset. And now we'll get some guitar. Guitar's coming through input 3. So I don't really like how that sounds. Well, that's probably because I don't have that one. All right. We're there. All right, so for the guitar, I might just go ahead and use a preset to speed it up. I typically use this one. It's the one that I've felt does the best, and then I just take off the echo, and I usually reduce this. I get rid of the reverb, or I get rid of the echo and get rid of the EQing, so I can EQ it later. But really, all they've got is this compressor, and let's see what it does. I don't know that I like that, so maybe I'll just stick with the flat. Sounds better that way to me. So, I don't know if I want to use a tempo. I usually don't. Unless I really am doing something that's structured around tempo. Like, then I won't lock into a tempo. All right, let's pick a song. Let's go here and choose Christmas songs. All right, if anybody's, how about this? If anybody's there tuned in, throw out a Christmas song. What Christmas song should I do? Could do Purpley Pink Christmas. All right, well, first things first. So I might do Purpley Pink Christmas, which is a Christmas song that I wrote. And the first things first is tuning. We got to get this thing tuned. So let's use this awesome thing. This awesome plugin that lets us tune through the pickup. All right. What's that? All right, could we... This one's not really... I wrote it with not a lot of instrumentation, but maybe we could do a new version with tons of instrumentation. All right, if that's... So, okay. We'll see what happens. You know, I guess that's part of the learning process is you just try things and see what happens. So I have no idea what this is going to turn into. On its face, I kind of think that this song probably is not the best for having lots of instrumentation in it, but nevertheless, it could be done, and that may be part of the point of doing it is the challenge of trying to figure out how I can fit in lots of different parts. So I'm going to duplicate this. We're going to switch one of these to channel 1. I can turn off the tuner. And now we've got two just totally raw tracks. One is recording through this mic, and the other one is recording direct into the guitar. And so I just want to get a take on the guitar that will be suitable. So let's see how this is looking there. So we've got that. I'm going to turn this mic down at the guitar. pretty muddy there. So I might point this in a different direction. Let's see. I want to isolate these so I can hear. So now we're just going through the mic. So I think it is through that. Now we're going to go through just the built-in input of the direct input. Doesn't sound like it's coming through at all. It's registering, but it's not. Let's mute this time. Alright, we'll try something else here. I've got this up all the way. It's possible the battery that I've got in here died, but that should be a pretty new battery. So let's turn off this tuner and let's put a channel EQ and let's just raise it up so we get some more volume here. And now I'm going to solo. All right, so it's just really quiet for some reason. I don't know, but we're going to switch this EQ to this gain. I don't want to do a mono. All right, I'm going to record. It sounds good enough to me to just go ahead and get it down, and then I'll work on more mix later. All right, so let's do it. Okay. I'm forgetting how I did the opening. I think I just did that a couple times. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. All right, here we go. I messed it up, but that wasn't. It was a pretty good take. But I need to go ahead and play it just so I remember exactly the guitar parts. Here we go. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, 'cause I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Maybe they should try something new. Alright, maybe we gotta do this. Is it here? It's gone. All right. I thought I had it on YouTube. All right. I guess I got to remember it. Let's see. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. I think that's it. It's a short song. It goes to that thing for a guitar solo, and then people every Christmas brings such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink too. All right. I'm gonna get it. Let's do this. Can't move around on the chair too much. Here we go. I didn't leave the 2 bars for an introduction, so gotta do it again. Too many mistakes on that take. All right, now I messed up on that. I'll switch to this mic and mute the reverb for now. So I did mess up on that, but I think it's going to be fixable. But if it's not, still the point of this is to practice. I'm not trying to get a exquisite finished project. All right, so my playing overall was good enough in my for me. All right, I'm gonna mute the guitar. Unplug. Let's listen back to it. I'm going to record vocals, so let's give it a try. Let's see how this goes. Hear that? It's pretty loud. I'm just going to do it for right now. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. All right, that's good enough for the. All right, and we'll come back in. The guitar part is a little bit off, but not too bad. Every year Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink too. That's the part that I got wrong. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink too. I should I'll comp it. I should do that. So we're gonna do it. So I'm gonna duplicate both these. We'll record. Now the problem is I adjusted the mic, and so it's not, and I'm in a different position, and that's why I like to do one take, because you get consistent audio. So I'm going to mute the vocal. Colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending. it's love you're extending. All right, so I'm gonna clip that, and then I'm gonna automate the volume down here. And then we're gonna record again, and I'll play along with it for a little bit. Every year Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, let me sing along with it. Let's see. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending. Yeah, that's where it goes. Every year Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, all right, let's see if this will work. And if it, all right, so we'll cut those and put them up there, and let's see what happens. And if it's love you're extending, all right, let's do another vocal take. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm spending now that I'm spending. Yeah, the chord there on the guitar should have been different. It was supposed to hang on the G, or hang on the, it was supposed to hang on the D minor 7, but that's all right. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Right, and then I want to skip ahead. Every year Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to Could be better. I'll do it again. Every year Christmas brings such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purply pink to need more work on that note. There's different notes and pitches that are harder for whatever reason for me to get that vibrato. I think that's good enough for now. Let's change this to guitar. Guitar DI. We can actually change these little images. Let's change that. Wait, that's not what I want. Guitar. Yeah, let's just do it with guitar. I think this is probably good stuff to get in the habit of. It just makes it visual, easier to see everything and have everything organized. So when I do another one, this is going to be, so this will be lead vocal. This will be backup vocal. And maybe we'll do a couple. We'll try. Again, part of this is just to get a lot of different tracks down, a lot of different sounds, and get some practice with balancing more complex mixes. Some folks are having Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. Nah. I didn't do harmonies on the original version. Some folks are some folks. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. Maybe I could do a lower frequency and do kind of like a quartet kind of thing. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending now because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Alright, so let's try just putting this all the way to the right on this. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Alright, I'm gonna mute that, make that thing. And let's see if there's a way to just reset them like that. That's sweet. Little tricks that make things easier. All right, let's add a keyboard. I should have recorded the vocal in this microphone over there somewhere. think I just got a message. Let's check it out. What's up, Holly? All right, so I've never worked out a keyboard part for this. So a new software instrument track. And I'm going to go ahead and duplicate a bunch of these, because I think I'll use a lot of software instruments. So we've got this, and I need to connect it here. Is that the correct one? All right. All right, here we go. All right, keyboard's on. So this song is in C. And let's just try something. I'm just gonna play around. Let's leave this on up here. I'm going to have a couple lead vocal tracks so I can keep talking. And we'll hit record. Now, I don't think I'll use a classic electric piano, but it's the first sound just to throw out there and see how some keys sound in the mix. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink. I'm a better guitar player. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. It's so intuitive with the guitar. All right, let's see. What we got? C, C, and then it's like. We can do it like that. Let's see, let's try it. I'll try that. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is... All right, so there I can take this and some folks are having... This one was the closer one. Although I forgot I didn't do this in tempo. So this would be one of the ways where doing this in a tempo would be better, because I could go in and digitally just duplicate what I did correctly and just stretch it out, and it would lock in perfectly in time. So I can do it, but it'll be a little bit trickier. But I think it's still going to be faster doing it this way, since this song is pretty repetitive in chord progression. So let's cut here. Some folks are having a white Christmas. And we'll cut here. Delete this, delete this. And then we can bring this to the beginning. This may not work at all. Duplicate it again here. Let's see. Some folks are having a... Let's duplicate it again here. And here. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart... And here I need to record some new chords. It's not perfect, but that's close enough for right now. The next one will be F. And then it goes to... Would it be that? I could do that. So all right, let's give it a try. Some are having one that's blue, but my heart is... Came up so fast. Some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending, because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. All right, that's doable. Says... All right, let's give it another try. Some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending, because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say... All right, let's try going back to this one. I think I can duplicate these. People stretch it out, get these synced up. I think my tempo is too different, so we'll re-record it. So we go back to the... Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending. All right, messed up a note on there. Try something new. So we're gonna go in and fix that note. That's this. Delete that, and then I gotta get the last thing, which is a F. F, and then we'll do with we go to the C, and then we go. And then we do that. Think something like that. Hopefully I can pull that off. Let's see. Oh, I need more of a lead in. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink. Wrong notes. Go to the C and then the A. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. It's not a D minor. This song was the worst choice to pick for this because it's got green and red. Kind of weird chord progression. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. And it switches fast there. All right, we're almost there. This is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. And we can go. So we go to the C. And then it goes to the C and then the G again. So we can switch back here. Now that I'm spending a purple new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Wait a second. Oh, I'm nowhere even near the end. Oh my goodness. All right. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna do, I was thinking I was at the end. Love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. So we're gonna go back to that. All right, I might be able to pull this out here. Now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. And I didn't even come in. I might be able to pull this out. Now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Again. Now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. D minor, purpley pink Christmas with you. Oh my gosh. Purpley pink Christmas with you. Not enough lead in. Spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Some of that's right. Oops, I don't want to undo it. Let's redo and get rid of this. And we're going to do the... You know what? I want to play with the... Play with the tonalities here. So we got a classic piano. I don't really like the sound for it. Maybe we can choose a piano. Some are having one that's blue, but my heart is... And actually, I'm just gonna move this up. Let's consolidate all this. See how this sounds. I'm gonna play with the tonalities here. So we got a classic piano. I don't really like. I feel like it's got the piano's got a reverb. Not really liking it. Let's try a different one. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. All right, so the playing on the piano is not, like, the timing's not quite right, but I think to some degree this is as simple as you can make the piano more complex, but to make an enjoyable song to listen to, I don't think it necessarily needs it. Just these tonalities of the piano, and I added a little bit of an EQ of right in here, and I don't know if that's necessarily what I want to keep, but it brought out the piano a little more in the mix in the way that I was wanting to hear. But just messing with these tonalities and having basic chord accompaniments, it adds to the music. I thought that felt pretty good, but it made me start missing bass immediately. So I'm going to add some bass. So let's see, where's my cable? Here we are. So now we're going to add a new audio track. Got it here. We're going to call this bass. And another thing we can go ahead and do, and I haven't done this in the past, but I'm going to go ahead and do this. We've got intro. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending, because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Every Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink too. All right. I want just that to display, though. Oh, maybe I can do that. Yeah, boom. Take that off, and we'll take signature off. We'll take tempo off, and now we just have that showing. So then I can see very clearly where I'm at. We have all these mapped out. Bass, we're going to change the image here to an actual bass. Let's do this one. All right. I need to complete the piano, and the piano timing's not quite right, so I need to fix the timing on that. Probably just need to practice playing the part, and I can add a little bit more color to the playing. But let's get some bass. So we've got input 3. Here's our bass, but we need more. We need more gain, and I think the way to do this is Bass Amp Designer. I was just learning about this today, so let's see, I can put a little bit of gain on here, but I can also change. Yeah, that's much better. I like that. It's coming in a lot cleaner and louder, so let's give it a try. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a Berkeley. Alright, I gotta find these root notes. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a Berkeley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a Berkeley pink Christmas with you. Alright, so we're close, but so I want to go boom, boom. Something like that. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a Berkeley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a Berkeley pink Christmas with you. There we go, I got the different chords there, we're close. But I gotta give a count in, so we're gonna set this, but not a metronome, so I have a little bit of a lead in here. Let's start on C. And I want to get a little more of a flourish on there. I think I can with. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a Berkeley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a Berkeley pink Christmas with you. Brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink. Hit the wrong note. All right, not too bad. The playing was not too bad, but then you learn like about when you're playing it. So I realized I could do this. You know, and get an extra note in there. But at the same time, I got to think about what's the mood of the song, and does that make sense? And I think it does at times, but not every time. And especially at the end, I think it needs to relax. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, because I'm spending a Berkeley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Every Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to I gotta do the last just the last notes again, and then the bass will be done. Of purpley pink. So we're going to duplicate, and that way I can listen as I lead in. Extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to. So we just go down a third of purpley pink. Yeah, I think that was right. It just didn't sound right. Of purpley pink to. Maybe we can end it there. That's probably better. It's not what I just played didn't sound right, but I think it is right. But a little strand of purpley pink to. That doesn't work. Maybe I could do that. We'll go down. We'll drop down to an F. See what that does. Of purpley pink to. All right, I'll live with that for now for what I'm doing. All right, we got bass. Keys could be better, but I'm gonna explore with some more keys, and the way that I'm gonna do that is we're just gonna copy all this, and we're gonna duplicate it down here, and then I wanna just experiment with some synthesizer pads. So we're gonna look in here. Why don't we go ahead and download Autumn Haze? What's that? We're in autumn. Let's check out Autumn Haze. While we're waiting for Autumn Haze to download. Wait, there we go. All right, let's do Autumn Haze here. We're going to reduce the volume because I don't want it to compete too much with the other keys. Some folks are having a while. It's not right, but you know, you try sounds. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. It's kind of funny. All right, we got some things in there. You know what? We gotta get the lead guitar, and that'll be the most fun part. But I don't have the pick out here, and I probably need a pick. But let's try it without a pick. So we're gonna get a couple more guitars. All right, I wrote a lead for this back when I recorded it the first time, so let's see if I can remember it. Perfectly pink Christmas with you. That's not it, and I want to get these guitars up a little bit in the mix. So let's take this guitar DI and raise it a little more. You can raise it here and raise this here. So it is. See if it comes back. That's pretty close. We're getting there. I had to jog the memory. All right. And I want to put some stuff on this. Let's go ahead and get. You know what? Let's try an effect that I don't really mess with at all. Just see how this works. And we'll live with that, and then add a. Let's add the same thing more or less. Let's see. Let's see what this does. Now that I'm spending a perfectly pink Christmas with you. Bring it up a little more. Now that I'm spending a perfectly pink Christmas with you. that's basically it. I think I want to take off the tremolo. And let's mess with an EQ a little bit. Actually, I think I'm getting this out of order, and I need to practice this, getting this in a better order. But it's what I'm used to, I guess. Purpley pink Christmas with you. Not too bad, and I don't think I'm gonna stick with these voices, by the way. Let's try drifting in hyperspace. All right, I think I'm gonna get rid of these chords that I have here and just record something else. All right, let's take this off, unplug. All right, let's try hitting record and seeing if we can come up with anything on this massive trance pad. Ha! Purpley pink Christmas with a massive trance pad. Let's try glistening dust. Some folks are having a white. No, not glistening dust. Let's try rain clouds. Some folks are having a white Christmas. I'm gonna try another vocal on this. Do a high one. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. I'm gonna sing this, I'm gonna sing like that. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. All right, let's skip ahead. Every year Christmas brings such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending. Not that. Every year Christmas brings such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending. A little strand of purpley pink too. Alright, not quite there. Every year Christmas Christmas brings such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to. All right, so the vocals that I've recorded, you know, I don't think they're, you know, they're not groundbreaking, you know, like, you know, crystal clear sound or some kind of groundbreaking accomplishment in vocals. But what I've found over the course of time is it doesn't need to be necessarily when you're recording. You know, I work pretty hard to try to be a good singer, and it's definitely worth it. You get better tones, you get better sounds. But when you're recording, and there's some aspect to that too when you're singing live. Depending on how you sing into a microphone, where you position yourself, you get different tones. And if you move back, if you know you're kind of missing a note a little bit, maybe you can back out of the mix a little bit when you're singing live, and so that doesn't get felt as much. And so you can sort of mitigate your strengths and your weaknesses by mic technique. But when you're recording in a studio setting, there's a lot that can be done, and with the mix, that has a big impact on how a vocal is received. And so if you listen to raw recorded vocals, sometimes they don't sound so good just isolated. But when they're in the mix, they do exactly what they need to do. So that's where I'm just sort of listening to how things fit in the mix. And right now we've got everything mixed down the center. And so this, now maybe we have enough to work with. Should I finish the piano? I probably should. Let's do it. I was super close. And my mind is just not on it for this right now. It's just like having a hard time latching onto things. Such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to. Good enough. Good enough, good enough, good enough. I'll live with that. I do want to fix this if I can. So let's look at, I close this, I close this and this, and this, and this, and this. All right, so we're going to look at these notes here. So I want to solo this so I can hear this. Get rid of that. That was tentative. We can stretch these out a little bit. I think that'll work. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my... All right, now I want to work a little bit on mixing. So, okay, so this is where I can practice some of the stuff that I was learning earlier today. So the first thing is we want to put a gain stage. Actually, the way to do this would be to go hit X and we pull up all of this. I can minimize these. I'll keep that one up. These all have the gain on them. We can move this. All right, so we got gain on all the tracks now. Some of these are bust naturally. That's the confusing part. I'm working with some of these software instruments and we've got buses going on already. I think I'm kind of going a little bit long on this stream, so I'm going to, let's save it as Purpley Pink Christmas Experiment. And I just want to play with the mix a little bit. So let's get rid of this. Now let's try just mixing some of these things just totally one way or the other. Actually, first, let's leave these all center and let's pull this up. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. All right, you can hear the chair squeaking. Let's take that out. Every year. All right. So I should say clearly this is not, it's not a solid, these sound files that I'm working with aren't what I would want to work with. But I wanted to get stuff down, and then the main thing here for me is what I'm working on is trying to see if I can take these things and sort of achieve a balance with the mix. So I've got a number of different sound files, and ideally I would like to have a lot more. So I'll do this again with another song that is more built for like percussion and everything, and I can have a bunch of guitars, a bunch of keyboards, maybe different synthesizer things going on, and then mix that. But for now, what I can do is I've got these backup vocals, which aren't really, they don't really fit. That's not the part that I would do if I was trying to put, an actual recording that would represent me. I wouldn't make this, but I want to use these and see if, just through mixing, if it helps take some of these parts that wouldn't normally fit, and if we can achieve a balance that's still kind of pleasing to the ear. That's what I want to get more experience with. I've done some digital, some graphic design kind of stuff, and I've been working more in video, trying to learn how to do video a bit better, and a lot of that work helped me understand my work in sound a little bit better, because I see it as much the same thing. It was really easy for me to understand mentally how, when you're working with video, the colors themselves are of the utmost importance, and just whatever is going to be pleasing to the eye. You want to arrange things and use colors that are pleasing to the eye. So the video quality, the pixels, the way it strikes your eye, that's very, very important. And whereas with music, for the most part, I've always been approaching it from more of the storytelling perspective and wanting to capture a feeling. But I've realized more and more how important just the tonalities are, and accomplishing a good range of tonalities. And that's essentially, to me, I think that's the same thing as getting good colors in your picture or in your video. And so that's a lot of the work that I want to do here is not worrying so much about the performance, but just trying to get good sounds that are just nice to hear. And then if I can accomplish that, if I can take what, not ideal performances and accomplish a mix that is still pleasing to the ear, I think that's kind of an accomplishment. And so then when I'm actually working with ideal performances, then I should be able to make the best kind of music, or the best kind of recording that can be made. Not that that's ever possible. All right, so I'm going to do what I saw in a video earlier, which was just to pan. Go ahead. I've never tried it this way. When I've done panning, I've panned, tried to pan, find very specific amounts of panning left or panning right. But I learned about a sort of a technique or strategy that is just you take whatever, there's certain things you leave them right down the middle. You only pan, it's I guess LCR, right? Left, center, right, or left, right, center. You only pan all the way left, all the way right, or right down the middle. And then you see what that does to your mix. And then from there, you work on from that. But there are certain things like the lead vocal is going to be down the center, basically always. Bass might be down the center. Kick drum will be down the center. Hi-hat might be left. Cymbal might be right. We're going to go ahead and do things like that. So I'm going to take the piano and put it all the way on the left. I'm going to take the guitars, put it all the way on the right, the rhythm guitar. The lead guitars all the way on the left. Bass down the middle. Leave that down the middle. Vocal down the middle. I'm going to take one harmony, put it all the way on the right, one harmony all the way on the left. And then just see what that does. The levels are not right, and I kind of wanted to get that right first, but let's just play. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas, so it feels, not balanced, but that gives me ideas about where it can go, and also there are clear problems with different instruments and how they would need to be mixed. I want to try one thing here. Let's try taking the Space Designer and duplicating that onto every track. I want to see what that does. It may just make everything muddy. Let's give it a try. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending. I'll get this to start a little sooner. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Rhythm guitar is not going to work over there, but I think maybe it sounds to me like the harmonies, even though the harmonies, I don't know that I would ever sing them that way. That's not what I would, I just felt it's overkill that way, but you can reduce the volume and they contribute a certain energy, and I think panicked all the way right, all the way left may work for those. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to. All right, let's get rid of the stuff on the mics after the vocals are done. So we can take that. And let's listen to it again. I'm going to take this off and let's see. That's what that is. I want it to be more present. It's not so present, and there's a tool that sometimes can accomplish that. Let's see what this does. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some folks are having a white Christmas. I think that's kind of cool. A lot of these things, if you can hear, like, it's not that I've necessarily accomplished it, but you can hear these different shifts and changes, and just changing adding this exciter brought a more of an aggressive component to this random synthesizer sound, which it's that, I think it's that simple on some levels. I literally played just a couple of notes there to create something that contributes to the opening chords, and it could have played acoustic guitar, but for the purpose of this, I want to work on mixing. I want to mix with different sounds. So find this synthesizer, throw this sound out there. When I put it out there, it didn't sound good, but it didn't sound bad either. So I thought, oh, okay, there's something there, maybe. And then it had too much delay, so I took this. There was an effect naturally built into this particular synthesizer, or for the presets of it. Took that off, and then I've added my own reverb effect, and I added this plugin called Exciter, which makes it a little more aggressive on the high-end frequencies. And the reverb actually increasing the reverb on this has allowed it to sort of resonate underneath everything else, and it feels like it fills out and spaces out. Hey, Tracy. So let's see. I want to listen to that again, because it's created this thing that started to feel like music to me. It feels like it's in sync. Some folks are having a white Christmas. It's a little bit too much. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Happy Thanksgiving. I think it extends a little bit too long. I want it to fade out a little sooner. So let's take this and we can automate it. And I don't know if this will work exactly. Sometimes this is a little bit too strong, but I can do it not all the way down. So we're just automating the volume, that starting at this point in time, it's going to start reducing from 2.2 decibels to 19 point, or from negative 2.2 decibels to negative 19.8. Some folks are having a white Christmas. The piano is, I don't know if it's the right tonality on the piano. And I don't know if piano necessarily is the right way to go too. It could be some other kind of instrument that is known for chords. But I want to try something and do this direction. Right on. Have a good cleaning experience. All right, so I just want to see if I can reduce the space that's taking up. I might need to work on an EQ or something, but we put a direction mix, and reduce this to 0.72 as well, and see what this does. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, I think the guitars need something else, and I'm going to try this exciter as well, but don't want to put too much on it. Some folks are... I'm going to live without the exciter right now. I took it off, and I'm just going to work on some EQ. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and... I think the piano is too resonant. The guitar and the piano aren't really getting along. So let's maybe take this off and let's see what that does. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Well, obviously the piano it should be a lot better in terms of the way it's played. I want to take it all out here. Every Christmas brings... Maybe I could do this though. Let's clip it here and the rest here, and then we can stretch these notes out. It's just, it's so flat and simple. The piano, it'd be good. I think it can definitely work, but it needs to have something that can make it a little more complex. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. All right, the last thing I should do before signing off is I should record some drums. Why not? Why not? I should, and get, so I can work on the mix with the drums. So let's see, drum kit. Let's do. I usually do this Bluebird one. That's the one that seems to be the one that I like the most. The mostest. All right, let's do it. But we gotta get a little bit of a lead in. All right, let's try it. All right, I'm gonna do it. I was thinking, should I record it all at once, or if I should record each part independently? And I think I'm gonna record it independently. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to. All right, good enough for these purposes, and let's go do a kick. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, extending, so wait by ascending a little strand of purply pink to. All right, not perfect, but I'm trying to wrap this up, so let's move on to the next one. Might do a different thing instead of a snare. Maybe we could try that. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purply pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purply pink Christmas with you. Such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, so wait by ascending a little strand of purply pink to. All right, again, not perfect, but also, switching between the different sounds that I have here between. Do some claps, but switching between the sounds, I think it will probably work, but also just gives me, when I go back and listen and work on mixing, then I'll be thinking about what sound do I want to use and where would I want to use it. So I'll go ahead and lay something down so I can listen to it and think about how it feels in different spots. Last thing I want to do is record some crash cymbals. So. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue, but my heart is mending because I'm spending a purply pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purply pink Christmas with you. Such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, so wait by ascending a little strand of purply pink to. All right, again, not perfect by any means. Also did some extra crashes where I probably didn't need it. At the end, that's not gonna work. But it gives me something to listen to and something to listen to in the mix and see how these balance. So let's go ahead and do what? We do the kick down the middle, the snare down the middle. Let's do this on the left and this on the right. And let's see how that sits. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, 'cause I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, 'cause I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, 'cause I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Christmas brings such a colorful view, and if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to. All right, I think that's where I will leave it for tonight. Thanks to anybody who hung out with me tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, and if not, I don't know, then I'll try to do better next time. It's a process and just trying to practice and become a better mixing engineer. So just trying to lay down some quick sounds and work with the balance. And I think overall it was not a bad experience. I don't feel like I achieved as much as I would have liked to, but I'll give it another try another time. Some folks are having a white Christmas, some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending, 'cause I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red, well maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending, now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to I think I had the rhythm guitar and the piano up quite a bit too much in the mix. So I brought that down. I want to see, because I probably got something automated that would have something to do with it. Let me take these out. Bring these down a little bit. Some folks are having a white Christmas. Some are having one that's blue. But my heart is mending because I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. People say Christmas is green and red. Well, maybe they should try something new. It's love that I'm sending now that I'm spending a purpley pink Christmas with you. Such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a getting into something kind of nice there. Such a colorful view. And if it's love you're extending, show it by ascending a little strand of purpley pink to I almost forgot that I gotta start learning Christmas music. You know, I guess it's only after Thanksgiving, so I'm not too late, but I gotta get on it and get that Christmas music up to speed. So, hope you guys have a merry purpley pink Christmas. I'm excited. I got these drums. I'm working with a drummer named Lou who crushes it, and so I'm hoping we get to work together for a while, and maybe he can play some on Purpley Pink Christmas. That would be cool. We've got to record together. This has been a Purpley Pink recording session, and thank you for hanging out with me. If you I need subscribers, so I'm wanting to live stream to YouTube from my phone. So any help getting subscribers would be appreciated. I got to get to 1,000 YouTube subscribers before I can stream on my phone. And there's a big perk at 100, which is I can have my own URL, which right now it is Boba T Fett. And I got that back before they had a subscriber requirement to get a URL. I think I was in high school or something, and I'd like to change it so it's not Boba T Fett anymore. While cool, it doesn't really make sense. So I'd like to change it to something like my other handles for social media. But anyway, that's it for me. I'll be back another time very soon. I'm going to start making a lot more videos. I don't know that I'm going to do a lot of live streams like this, but maybe every once in a while. I'm going to start making a lot more videos. We got open mic coming up again next Thursday. I've got some events coming up. I might as well broadcast them right now. Next Wednesday, I'll be playing with Uncle Tim's Bench at Awenda Green. If anyone's in downtown Charleston on Tuesday at 10 a.m., you'll see me and Uncle Tim somewhere busking. I am going to be playing Poor Tap Room on Friday at 7 p.m. And I may be doing some setup for the tape decks on Friday as well, and for a private event that they're doing. And the next events, I think I don't have a lot booked in these months, these COVID months and the winter months. I've got coming up in January on the 3rd, I'll be playing the Sunday brunch on John's Island for their farmers market. That's one I'm pretty excited about. And Poor Tap Room again on the 16th, and I'll be playing homegrown. I don't know why I always say homegrown, but homegrown brew house coming up in early next year. Actively seeking booking. I want to book as much as possible. So if you're interested in booking me, reach out. And thanks for tuning in. We'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good night. Peace out.